Okay, we are in a new era here when a sloth is a serial killer. Makes no sense, but I guess we are here. So, what is IMDb going to say about this one? Emily Young, a senior, wants to be elected as her sorority's president. She adopts a cute sloth, thinking it can become the new mascot and help her win, until a string of fatalities implicate the sloth as the main suspect of the murders. The sloth is the main suspect of the murders. Okay, digest that. Okay, now, I know we've seen a lot of crazy stuff on the Sci Fi Channel and all kinds of mutant stuff, and I mean, we always get a lot of, alligator movies, shark movies, of course. Other movies where there's creatures that you don't know what the hell they are. But yeah, now a sloth. I mean, even Cocaine Bear, that movie was really fun. But, kind of kept it real at least because, the bear was, on cocaine. It kind of went crazy. And I know there's been some other movies that have kind of followed suit to that afterwards, with other animals kind of on drugs and so forth. I don't think I've seen any of those that kind of follow that, or maybe one. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But regardless, Cocaine Bear kind of set a little bit of a trend there. And I don't know if this movie was kind of inspired by that or not, or when the idea came about for this. But yeah, a sloth, you just wouldn't figure it. I mean, you'd almost think that we're going to see a killer turtle next, or I don't know, something else that's a little bit ridiculous. Whatever. Anyway, with horror, anything can happen. With sci-fi, anything can be made happen, and they've made it happen here. So, yeah, this movie kind of starts off really kind of interesting because you have the sloth in its environment there, and you have this alligator, crocodile, whatever, come, and you think that, hey, this alligator is going to eat the sloth, and that's going to be the end of that. But somehow, magically, the sloth survives and kind of walks away from this incident, making you think that, hey, sloth has just beaten gator. Now, I'm going to venture to say that happens very rarely in the wild. If you're a nature person and you know that that is not right, and that sloths usually beat gators, please in the comment section correct me because I want to know that. And if you have video footage of such thing happening, even better. And no, I'm not going to Google and look for that. But if you guys want to, feel free to send me a link and I will check that out. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, so this sloth is, I guess, a special sloth. And walks away from that, but then has some people hunting it and is trapped and taken back to apparently the United States, where it is now on sale. And long and behold, this young woman just happens to run into this guy who just happens to be selling them, and kind of throws it out there, and she's kind of tempted, not really sure what to do here, but she's kind of tempted. And basically what's going on in her sorority is that there's one girl who's super popular and runs the sorority and has been running it for a while now. And basically anything she posts on social media is gold. You definitely want to be tagged in all her pictures and whatever. And if she says something, she's, I guess, the supreme influencer here. Not only in her sorority, but I guess on campus and all that. We got the picture of who she is. And we can't wait for her to die, hopefully. And yeah, so then, this Emily kind of gets convinced that maybe, she should run, a long shot, but she kind of sees her opportunity, and she kind of takes it, and also in the process takes the sloth because she goes to this guy's place and kind of sees the sloth there, not sure what the hell is going on. A little bit of a different scene here, and just basically takes the sloth. And the two are kind of best buddies at early on, and yeah, behind the scenes when she's not paying attention, the sloth is going about killing people, and yeah, and then we kind of have the typical horror. This I should have said at the beginning. I know this is a newer film. So I'll try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. But hell, what am I really spoiling here? It's a sloth and it's killing people, and that's about it. So yeah, so then we have the usual just run of sloth killing people. Hey, when are they going to figure out what is going on here, and then how are they going to get rid of sloth? I mean, that's the basics we have here. Not really spoiling anything. Not really anything to spoil. So I guess getting to the good and the bad of this. Obviously, when the sloth was killing people, that was fun. They do a little bit of it, some of it in a montage kind of fashion, where you just get quick hits. Then there are others that are done more slowly, but so you can kind of enjoy it, and also kind of join in with the sloth being slow. But although I will say the sloth is not always slow here. There are some moments where it is a little quicker. So yeah, you're going to get some decent deaths. There's going to be some blood. So, if you're a horror fan like me, we're certainly looking for that kind of thing. And we can enjoy that. There's obviously some characters here who deserve to die, and you want to see them die. And then some characters, that you might root for, or you kind of know that, yeah, they're probably just not going to die because of their character. So you have those, unfortunately. I would have, like I said, the montage was fun. I would have, rather seen, them kind of spread out and really let us enjoy the deaths a little bit more. But, that's just me. So, like I said, we kind of have the usual setup and everything like that. The acting in is okay. It's a couple of interesting characters there. But I guess, one thing that kind of bothered me, and I don't know if I just missed it, and if I did, then it just bothered me and I missed it, and is why this sloth was special. Like, why it could just kill this gator. I was just waiting for that, hey, it was in a chemical spill and it drank the water and that's why it was special, or, some kind of explanation, besides the fact that just being a sloth and being special because it was a sloth. I don't know, maybe if you have seen it and you're watching this and I missed it, please feel free to fill in that gap for me and put it in the comment section. But I thought I was paying decent attention, and I just didn't see that. So I don't know, like, again, because I don't really buy that this sloth is going to kill a gator. I know, we're kind of just rolling along. It's a horror movie / maybe sci-fi movie, whatever you want to call it. And, we can just do it and that's it. But, often we get a little bit of explanation. Like, hey, it wasn't like Cocaine Bear. It wasn't like the bear was just killing people. No, the bear was on cocaine and went nuts and started killing everybody. So at least, we had a reason why. The sloth, why is it that, it wants to exact revenge? Like, and why is it that it can kill this gator? Yes, I'm annoyed by the fact that it kills a gator. But, like, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted an explanation, just a little something. Obviously, you see it kind of have an attachment to Emily, and then, one of the things it does early on is, like, anybody that's kind of against her or whatever, it, like, kind of takes it her side. And, that part kind of makes sense. But still, the fact that it's a smart sloth and it is, like, sneaking up on all these people in this house and killing them all, that kind of thing, a little bit of explanation would have been nice, And again, if I missed it, then you can ignore all of my complaining here, and hopefully tell me what it was. Um, the other thing that kind of bothered me was that, like I said, they do this montage and it kind of kills a couple of people, and it just seems like several girls have died and nobody really knows that they've died. And I get that some of the girls in this house are self-absorbed, and you can um, say whatever stereotype you want about sororities and the people in them and so forth. But, when you have a supposed group of girls who spend so much time with each other, you would think that at least there would be, several girls that would be, mixed in, or at least know that their best friend is missing or something like that. I don't know. There's no clear time period of like how much time is really passing in between these deaths and what's going on. Uh, but still, like, they're all, this takes place mostly in this sorority house. So you would think that, hey, I know there's a lot of girls here, but you would think that if after X amount are missing, that somebody would say, hey, what's going on? Like, I don't know. So yeah, might be nitpicking a little bit. It might not bother you if you've seen this already, and it might not bother you once it comes. Uh, you know, think for the most part, horror fans are going to see, it's a sloth and a sloth killer, serial killer sloth. So you're going to watch this regardless, and you probably don't care if it has a reason or not, and you probably don't care, if the girls notice that there's, their friends are missing or not. So, if you don't care, then don't worry about it, and you can say that I'm nitpicking at it, but still, I just, I don't know, like things that, it just has to bother me because it has to bother me that a sloth is killing people. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, don't know if I want to nitpick at anything else. I think, as you get to the final act of this movie and the towards the end here, when it's time to, hey, let's, something has to be done about this sloth. The movie kind of just goes full tilt into the ridiculousness of having the sloth kill people. It kind of just, moves slowly, from, hey, this is just a normal sloth, to, hey, it's killing people, to, hey, let's just go full at it and have the sloth do ridiculous stuff here at the end that you just wouldn't expect. And, everybody who's still watching is just going to watch it, and anybody who's turned it off has turned it off. It is still, like I said, the acting is fine, everything's shot fine, you're going to get some bloody scenes. Everything's fine. It just seems like a fine, regular horror movie is standard. It's not, a super low budget kind of thing going on here. The sloth looks pretty good in most of the scenes, and nothing really to complain about with it. It is just, just the whole thing of it, just the sloth and doing it. But yeah, they do go, kind of full crazy here with the sloth at the end, and kind of just make it like, okay, we've already pushed the boundaries of the sloth. You already know that it's a killer. Hey, you with the ghost host hat on, forget it. The sloth is killing people regardless, and it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna have it be ridiculous here at the end, and that's it. So yeah, so you get a little bit of the fun kind of battle here at the end with the sloth, and then an interesting ending. And I would say that if the sloth wanted to come back to a fraternity, maybe next time, I guess the door is open, and maybe we will have multiple sloths, and I don't know what multiple sloths are called. You just say sloths, or there's a name for many sloths. I don't know, but maybe we'll have a fraternity, and we'll have multiple sloths, and maybe they can invite a turtle and snail with them and make it a huge, or we'll save that for part 3, and we'll have a huge battle here of these really slow creatures just killing all these apparently stupid people because they just can't get away from sloths and snails and turtles. I don't know. Anyway, Yeah, the review is kind of doing the same thing. It kind of started off okay, just going to the same ridiculous ending as the movie. So with that, I'm still gonna give it 2.5 pools of blood. I would probably give it a little bit more, but I had to nitpick at it, as you can see. If I was just kind of going off, just the killing or whatever, it would probably done higher. But it just really annoys me that I just didn't know why this sloth was able to do this. So if you maybe fill it in the blanks for me that I missed, put it in the comment section. Then maybe, I can at least think that maybe it got a higher pools of blood. But for now, that's 2.5 pools of blood out of 5, for this one. So with that, horrorsgorereviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all of my reviews, written and video. Obviously, plenty of video reviews lately, and mostly I've been really slow with the writing of the reviews, but I promise to get back to that at some point. Anyway, so if you're just interested in the video reviews, subscribe, do all those things that everybody wants you to do. If not, no problem, no worries. But also please check out the short section, trying to keep you guys a little bit entertained and a little bit informed, kind of a mix there. And some of it courtesy of PromoteHorror.com, some of the stuff on the blog courtesy of PromoteHorror.com, of course. Twitter, Facebook information down below as well. And reach out to me there. We can talk horror, talk about this one. If you want to talk about nature and what animals can and can't do, feel free to educate me there. And definitely in the comment section, like I said, fill in some blanks for me, fill in some education on sloths with me down there if you would like. And definitely, if whatever your thoughts are on this film, please feel free to share. So with that, I will slowly move on to the next review, and I will catch you later, horror fans.